Are the smartest people the richest too? The obvious answer to this is no. There are plenty of extremely intelligent people who are not rich, such as mathematicians or chess players or poets. Nobel Prize winners in physics are given $1 million, but that's often after a lifetime of work. And what about the runners-up? There will be plenty of incredible minds who just missed out on the prize. Then, there are those who've made their fortune thanks to sporting ability or maybe their appearance more than using their intellect. So today, we're going to look at how much of a factor intelligence plays when it comes to making it in the business world, as well as talking about the role of education as a way to demonstrate intelligence in the job market. Of course, the biggest problem is dealing with the question, what is intelligence? We often point to the IQ test as a way of measuring people's mental capacity, which doesn't rely too heavily on knowledge. But there are psychologists like Howard Gardner who believe this gives too much credit to language and mathematics. What about brilliant painters or musicians? And what about the savants with a 200 plus IQ but zero interpersonal skills? However, for today, let's just stick to the general boring concept of intelligence as the ability to understand complex ideas and having some skill with language or numbers or both. The billionaires of the world have quite diverse personalities, but it's safe to assume that anyone who makes it that far without inheriting their money, of course, is extremely smart. Look at Vince McMahon, who built an empire on wrestling compared to Bill Gates. Just because McMahon is selling a less complex product, he's still demonstrated an amazing ability to understand what his audience want and how to grow it. Wrestling might be looked down on as dumb entertainment, but that really just highlights how difficult it must have been for McMahon to keep WWE successful all these years. But one similarity you will see in many great business people is that money is never really their focus. They want to keep their shareholders happy and their staff well paid, but it's the intellectual challenge that keeps them motivated. There's definitely a limit on how far you can go if you're just chasing the money, because you'll never have the big vision of how you can change people's lives. Plus, if you just want the money, why keep going after 100 or 200 million? So, how can you go about showing your intelligence when it comes to building a career? Is it more valuable to go and study at the best university possible, or try and get started in business as early as you can? A degree is often seen as a sign of intelligence, but the cost of education in many countries is frightening. So, does it really show your mental ability, or just that you can afford it? For a long time, a degree was a requirement to get a job in a lot of industries. But perhaps this is beginning to change. In the UK, the gap between graduate and non-graduate wages is getting smaller, despite the rising cost of education. This is partly down to the fact that so many people get higher education now. It was just 13% in 1993, but it's well over 40% today. The stats are similar in the US. To be clear, graduates still have better job prospects. In the US, a grad will make around $500,000 more than a non-grad in a lifetime. But the US education bubble may burst in the near future. We'll talk about this more in detail in a future video. There's no definitive answer to choosing a best route, but no matter what, employers will always need to see signs of your intelligence, and a degree is an easy shortcut when they're sorting through the pile of resumes. So, if college is not an option, make sure you apply your intelligence in some other way that can be demonstrated, like starting a mini business, doing some free courses, or making some creative content. If you would like more advice on investing of any kind, please give us a call at Holborn Assets, where we have over 100 UK qualified advisors who do this on a daily basis. So, if you're serious about investing, we look forward to chatting more soon.